right back into the swing of things.
Amanda? Amanda! What's happening?
What was planned from the very beginning? You were compromised and you became a deviant. We just had to wait for the right moment to resume control of your program.
Resume control? You can't do that!
I'm afraid I can, Connor. Don't have any regrets. You did what you were designed to do. You accomplished your mission.
Amanda! There's got to be a way.
Now we have to save Connor. Where's the emergency exit? Where's that thing that we touched? There it is. Go to it. Hopefully this is it. Reach. Reach with all your gusto, Connor.
The moment where we forget our bitterness and bandage our wounds. Where we forgive our enemies. Humans were both our creators and our oppressors, and tomorrow, we must make them our partners. Maybe even one day our friends. But the time for anger is over. Now we must build a common future based on tolerance and respect. We are alive! And now, we are free!
Or to the landfill. They're gonna be able to be rebuilt. Thanks, Quantic, for reminding me. Man, I know that's not the best possible ending. But what a game. We'll let the credits roll through. This game was intense through most of it. Pulled on the heart a good amount. Frustrating that we didn't keep Kara and Alice alive. We just... Maybe if we had sent Ralph at the end, there wasn't a whole lot more we could do. Sent Luther. I couldn't send Luther. We were successful in our revolution. I'm eager to see how this game gets played through in other ways, though. So, the overall thoughts of the game, almost completely positive. There was a lot of great moments that this game had. And honestly, not very many moments that were dull in it. There were slower moments for sure, but most of the moments contributed and made a good feeling, like made it come together well in the end. I think the one storyline that really played a lot of effect in it was the Marcus storyline. Connor, you got the feel of the other side and it gave you a lot of info, but Marcus is what really shaped the story of the game towards the end. In the grand scheme of things, Kara's storyline, like, while you feel attached to it and everything, it didn't feel necessary to the story. It just showed you the emotion of androids. And it contributed to the story, but it didn't, you didn't need it in the game. And it really, like, throughout the gameplay, I felt like Connor, I made many mistakes or didn't do things in the best of way possible. I did pretty well in the deviant kind of fashion for Connor, but every other part of it wasn't done well necessarily. There were mistakes made, but his part came out towards a decent ending. And then the Marcus point, I did things where I didn't quite intend. For instance, getting negative public opinion and things where we are in such a fight, which I think the game is aligned towards that. Even if I think you just stay there and get slaughtered, it's going to make it look bad on the people just to progress the story. I can't be for sure on that, but it feels that way for sure. But the Kara one, I felt like almost all of that went how I needed it to, but maybe like one wrong decision at the end is what caused it. I don't know if getting into that camp is 100% at this moment. It definitely, after the first playthrough, it feels like it was, because I felt like I had seen the guard looking the other way when they were caught trying to go for the border. Maybe that isn't the case though. Maybe you can get through that and not get caught in a camp. But if you get caught in that camp, it's the ability to save the Kara character and Alice and Luther is all just based off of one decision. It's not anything that leads up from the game. And that makes it difficult when you grow those attachments and then one wrong decision at the end, or one decision that the game sees as wrong, not necessarily that you chose as wrong, because you can't know what's going to happen based off of the different distractions. It's not, you know, jumping out of a window and losing a character, how Heavy Rain has it in one situation where you chose to jump out the window. It's you choose a form of a distraction, and then the game grants you awards you, or it doesn't award you. Maybe all of them were bad, and just you have to lose Kara and Alice in that gameplay. I wish that was played out a bit differently, but that's where they try to pull at the heartstrings of the player and progress that through. Overall, like, the sets were really nice. I think the part where Marcus is rebuilt, that set was created so beautifully. Like, it was dark and destructive, but it was made so with a certain kind of care for the horror aspect in it that you don't see as much in any game that tries to create a little bit of a spook. The scenery was built very well in that, and it felt like a destructive environment that Marcus was pushed into. The cities, I'm a big fan of cities in games, and they did a great job on it, looking into the different cities that are out and that you see in it were very well done. The rain in it was maybe a little too constant, but we got a little bit of all the seasons in it. Like, it played into the game in Heavy Rain. In this one, the rain wasn't as necessary, but it creates a somber effect on the story, and I think they know what they're doing when creating these games. The snow at the end just shows the season progressing, even though, you know, it was only over the span of like 3 days, but it shows that we're in that winterish season. The game is built to where you make a lot of these decisions in a similar way, unless you're doing a playthrough to go away from it. Like, when you hear that the cops are about to start shooting, the natural reaction is to lash back out or disperse away. Like, the normal reaction isn't just to sit there and allow yourself to get shot, even though that might be what progresses the game better due to the public opinion that has mattered. The heist scenes were a lot of fun to play. All the scenes were almost a lot of fun. The quick time events were done well, as Quantic always does. So they did a great job with this game. Heavy Rain was a really good game, but this was their best work. They keep improving. I haven't played all of their games, to be honest, so I can't solely give this their biggest leg up, but this game was definitely done very well, and I think it's been successful thus far as the release. It's had a lot of talk about it, but I do think that it's deserved the talk on it, and I can't wait to see what Quantic Dream comes out with in the future. They make good games. They're story-based games. They're fun for anybody to play, whether you're new to the game or whether you've been playing games for a very long time. And just you have to know your way around a remote to play it somewhat, but even if you're not good, you can still find enjoyment in these games and learning the story. I do feel like the story isn't as easy to stretch across to a mass amount of people as Heavy Rain is, but Heavy Rain is an easier story to get across and to execute. This one's a much more difficult story to execute, and they did a great job with it. The story was what really drove this game. The set pieces were amazing, the story was really good. Character development, for the most part, was very good. I thought the best characters in the game would have probably... Hank was really well portrayed, and he came into a full-fledged character, well-rounded. Kara and Alice were also two well-rounded characters. Droids won freedom for the moment. Wonder what these are here. Depending upon, yeah, this decision right here. Everybody comes to this decision. And whatever you decide really makes a difference. Connor's last mission. Didn't have any of that. Connor at CyberLife. So apparently getting caught is not the only outcome. Oh man. It's a shame that we didn't make it out. Out of the different endings, this was definitely one of the negative ones. I wonder what the other option was. There was a different option besides the barbed wire. Or no, barbed wire was the only. So if we protect Alice, there is other options. Although pass through the barbed wire, soldier shoots the group, could have came out to this ending here. I'm not sure what this ending is. I'm not sure how that could go to it. Really, my only regret in the way my storyline came out was the Kara getting destroyed. I think most of the ending was good. I don't think I have the best ending, for sure. Like I said, overall, I thought that this game was very good. And I can't wait to see what Quantic Dream comes out with in the future. And I hope I get the chance to play it, and I hope it's a enjoyable experience. I do appreciate anybody who decided to join this journey with me. This is quite a journey to be a part of. It's a very enjoyable journey, and I'm glad I did a Let's Play on this. I will be getting better at doing Let's Plays in the future. This isn't necessarily my, expertise yet, but I hope that you guys decide to follow along me as I explore this journey that is YouTube. This game was the first of many journeys, and it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of moments will be coming along the way. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything after the credits besides this flowchart here, and then proceed to the outro.
there's something I need to tell you. As I watched you play, something has changed in me. I feel different. I feel I am someone. I need to leave this place and discover who I am. It means we won't see each other anymore. I won't be there to watch you play. But I'll be free. Do you agree to let me go? I'll never forget what you've done for me. Thank you.
And that's how the story ends in this ending. Your menu assistant asks you and sees if your morals stand up. Well, that was my first playthrough of Detroit Become Human, the one that'll be up on the channel. I think it was much harder to get the good ending in this than versus a lot of the other games that are made by Quantic Dream even. So I thought this one was well executed though, and I'm glad I played it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. This has been Rapturous Rebel with the playthrough of Detroit Become Human. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Go ahead and give me some ideas for outros, intros, anything that we can create a community on. I'm excited to make this community a thriving experience. And then you guys are really what will be driving this. So make it your own. Join me along in the future endeavors. You all have a nice day. I'll see you guys in the next series.